Horror has given us every kind of monster imaginable, from the slow, shambling undead to the feral rage-infected. But in 2021, the sadness introduced something far worse. These aren't zombies. This virus didn't turn its victims into the walking dead or completely strip them of reason, but instead turns them into people who lost every shred of restraint. And that combination makes them some of the most terrifying creatures ever put on screen. The Alvin virus was initially thought to be a kind of flu, but when it was brought to surface, it showed it was much more. In the movie, an epidemiologist described it as a variant to Elisa viruses, the family of viruses to which rabies belongs to. Contrary to rabies, the Alvin virus acts much faster, going directly to the limbic system, the brain's emotional center. It changes neuroconnections linking the areas that regulate aggression with those that control sexual impulses. The result? No empathy, no ethical restraint, enhanced cognitive functions, and great pleasure when causing violence, all while the infected keep their intelligence. So let's break down exactly why the infected and the sadness are so horrifying. Reason number 1, they keep their intelligence. Most infected lose everything that makes them human: memory, logic, identity. But the Alvin virus doesn't erase the mind, it preserves it. These people can speak, reason, and even manipulate others. They remember who you are, they understand fear, and they use that against you. That awareness is what makes their actions so chilling. Because they know they're causing pain, they want you to understand that they are enjoying it. A theory proposed in the film is that they are fully aware of what they are doing, but can't stop themselves. Because stopping would be as if trying not to blink, but being aware of their actions causes them to cry constantly. Reason number 2, they take pleasure in cruelty. In the sadness, violence isn't a side effect, it's the point. The infected don't kill for survival or instinct, they kill for entertainment. The virus removes empathy, but amplifies every dark desire buried beneath it. It's not hunger driving them, it's joy. And that turns every scene into something far more disturbing than typical gore. It's cruelty with no other intention than amusement in others' suffering. Reason number 3, the horror feels personal. Unlike zombie hordes or anonymous infected masses, the sadness keeps its violence close and intimate. Every encounter feels directed, almost theatrical, infected humans doing unspeakable acts of violence and torture towards only the uninfected, because as stated in the movie, they feel no pleasure torturing the willing. That intimacy makes the horror harder to detach from. You're not watching monsters, you're watching people. And deep down, that makes it impossible to say, I could never do that. Reason number 4, the virus exposes, it doesn't create. Director Rob Jabbas has described the Alvin virus as a reflection of modern society, a symbol of how fragile civility really is. The infection doesn't invent evil, it reveals it. The rage, lust, and sadism were already there, waiting for an excuse. The virus simply removes the mask. That's what makes the film hit so hard. It's not about something alien invading humanity. It's about what happens when humanity stops pretending. Reason number 5, there's no hope of redemption. In many horror stories, infection carries tragedy, the loss of loved ones, the chance of a cure, the faint hope of recovery. But in the sadness, that hope is gone. Once someone turns, they enjoy their new reality. They don't want to be saved. That's a uniquely horrifying idea, that once you lose empathy, you don't even miss it. You become something that feels better without conscience. Reason number 6, it forces us to confront ourselves. The film's title, The Sadness, isn't just about the apocalypse. It's about recognition. The sadness comes from realizing that this darkness isn't fictional. It's inside us, restrained only by fear, law, and shame. And if those restraints vanished, the world on screen might not be so far-fetched after all. The sadness doesn't rely on jump scares or monsters from another world. Its horror comes from what it reveals about our own. The infected aren't dead. They're liberated. They've shed morality, empathy, and guilt, and what's left is something far more terrifying than the undead. Because deep down, it suggests that the only thing separating us from them is the choice not to enjoy the violence.